I really thought anything was possible when I was a kid.
It's not.
It's not, no.
Well,
That's why we miss the 90s so much.
I think so.
I definitely like Trash Man because of Aladdin. I'm like, well, he has heart.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a house or money.
No.
Like,
Or a full shirt.
Yeah.
He ain't got to have a full shirt on his monkey.
Come
Or
on.
nipples. You know, I just
just
the
gotta-
monkey didn't have a shirt, did
Nope.
he? That's crazy.
He matched his vest.
But he had heart.
Yeah, he
And a
just got to
genie.
stay one jump ahead of the bread line.
2 hops away ahead of the flock. Is that what it is?
Yeah. I better take a stroll around the block.
The government growing babies, microchips in your anus. All koala bears are racist. The ozone layer owes me money. Martians invented turkey stuffing. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top cruising the streets. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove whatever bullshit you need proof to get you by. That's all we doing here.
Let's go.
We just offering it up.
Let's go.
You take it if you need it.
You can have it if you want.
It's all yours.
You like it, I love it.
It ain't definitive.
I want to say that's top tier Usher, by the way.
That's great, Usher.
That's top tier Usher for me.
He had a long run, man.
I just saw, did you see online? Did any of you guys see online they were talking about some song that was only released in the UK in 01 or 02? And UK people like were getting mad at Americans because we don't know it. I think it's called Pop Your Collar.
Whoa.
Is it heat, though?
It was only released in the UK.
Okay.
I gotta
All
say
right.
no.
I knew it was bad. I just wasn't like, this is an anthem for
It
you?
wasn't like Usher.
Yeah. Hungry people will eat anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't need that.
I bet in Bosnia they're like, this is pretty good.
Because to that way of life, that's crazy.
Yeah, like
If you don't know 7 o'clock on the dot and all of a sudden, what is Pop Your Collar?
he makes me feel strong.
Well, this boy, he's good dancer.
Is that Bosnian?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, no.
We don't study over here.
No. Eastern Bloc, it all runs
Yeah.
together over here. Yeah.
Mr. Bun.
There's whites who look like they've been outside a long time and whites who they look like have been outside longer.
Yeah.
That's how Europe goes east to west.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, it feels right.
Let me tell you this. This is something I've been thinking about. The the J-HUD Spirit Tunnel.
Yeah, I think about it so much.
I think every single person should have to go down that tunnel because I think it's the truest representation that we get to see of the human experience anymore.
You're a dancer, though.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's about that. I think you're framing
The
this
energy.
around. Yeah, I think you are being presented with your own theme song by a group of enthusiastic employees who are happy to be offering you up this type of celebration. And in that moment, you see it in people where they are either made or they are broken, and it is not about the quality of their dancing.
Who do you think has been broken by the Spirit Tunnel?
I think there have been people not so much broken, but just exposed as
who got exposed?
I think, for example, and this we're getting into dangerous
I'm
territory.
sorry. Yeah. This is
Names.
crazy.
I feel like you're being nasty.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it's about the exposure.
Okay,
I wanna
yeah.
know.
But I will happily tell y'all once we get off of this thing.
I am excited to hear.
But I will say that even in I think about the Anthony Mackie one in particular. He went down and he looked so funny dancing in a way that made me fall in love with Anthony Mackie. I've heard all these nasty stories.
Yeah, they said he's real mean and he's rude. But I was like, he looks delightful.
He speaks.
Papa Doc?
Yeah, they said he's
They
mean.
said he's so mean to his fans.
Yeah, like
there's
they'll try to
videos
take pictures.
of him throwing water bottles at poor children because he's like, get off my truck, you poor bitch.
What?
He's insane out in
see
the
that.
world.
I just been seeing all this stuff about his mouth.
Yeah.
Some people don't like his mouth because it always looks like he's holding secrets in.
Yeah.
He got
Yeah. Real
Mhm.
whisper mouth.
They've said nasty things about Anthony Mackie, but I'll tell you this: that Spirit Tunnel video made me come back around where I'm
But
like,
this is America.
that's not a bad man.
He came with choreography. Like you
You
tried.
have to, though, right?
And he's not a good dancer.
I have to see this. Can you pull this up? I'm sorry.
Of course,
This is
yeah,
gonna
no,
mess
it's
up.
important that we
You
all
not
see
bold
it. I think it only
that's
supports
good.
my claim.
No, I like because I don't think about him as a fun guy.
He looks fun as fuck in this.
I don't ever think about him as a fun guy. I don't think he even plays a fun guy ever, right?
And
He was
no, he's
Tupac.
always mean or mean adjacent.
Right.
He was Tupac.
Yes,
Tupac,
exactly.
Tupac wasn't like a sweetie. Nobody was like, oh, what a nice guy. That Tupac
Yeah, that's
is.
not except for that one when he was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how old is it?
Yeah.
He looks so
Oh.
happy.
Wait till he shimmy.
Oh,
Wait till he shimmy. My boy hitting it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I want to do that so bad.
It's so
oh
fun.
my god. Oh, put your back to it. Put your back to it.
Wait till the end. Wait till he kick his little feet up at the end.
His little feet.
There you go.
Hey! He kicked it out.
Yeah.
Man, I do love
He was
that.
prepared.
He really got me.
That's a fun guy.
That was really good.
I don't care if he spits on kids.
No, not that guy. Not that guy.
I don't mind at all. Go
He
ahead,
did
spit
kick
on
his
them
little
babies.
foot up.
My chips are gone.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. We could probably get
probably
you some
better
more.
for the audio recording.
Yeah, you know.
Well, our guest today,
Oh, yeah.
we haven't even introed her yet.
Yeah.
We've talked to her about Anthony Mackie for some time, but we have not introed her. She's had a full bowl of chips, a deep swig of LaCroix, or any brand.
Yeah, any brand.
We don't know
If
what
you
brand
would
it
like
is.
her to have taken a swig of your water, email us at mymommatoldmepod@gmail.com.
It was just sparkling something.
Yeah.
Sparkling something. She's hilarious comedian of all sorts. You know her from All Deaf Digital. You know her from BET Plus. You know her from her tour. She is currently on tour. Give it up for Roxy Haze.
Yay. That's a good intro.
Yeah,
That sounded important.
I practiced it.
Did you?
He's pretty good about that stuff.
That's not fine.
Yeah,
That's
I
nice.
try. You know, we're glad you're here.
Thank you. Me too.
You came to us with a conspiracy that I certainly had never heard.
I had not heard this either.
I have no
It's
expertise.
scary, and I feel like it has the potential to be deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like it could really hurt the rest of my day.
Yeah.
Okay. And I generalized it a little bit. I sort of
Okay,
expanded it into a starter conversation. You'll walk us to the specific place I think you took it.
Okay.
But you said, my mama told me.
So music groups had secret sex rings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, and this is not like Lord of the Rings.
No. These are not.
But it
Sex.
will in
I
the
mean, could be.
in the darkness bind them.
Yeah. I didn't know you watched those movies.
Yeah, that's the best reference I've ever had on this show.
I was about to say, I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
He's very anti. He's a real push you down nerd type person.
Oh, you're a meanie nerd?
Yeah.
That's wild. That's not.
No, he's a real bully.
That's not a good explanation of being.
Like what? Like,
Oh,
because I'm also a nerd, so I'm like, what?
No,
I feel like
he's
we're on
being
opposite
being
spectrums
nasty.
of nerddom now.
I hate whimsy sometimes.
You
Yeah.
hate whimsy?
Yeah.
That's
I'm
what
so
it is.
whimsical.
See
That's
how
what
Like,
it
what's your least favorite whimsy? Like, what?
spaceships probably.
You don't like
Is that
space?
fair to say?
Oh, that's sick. You're sick.
Well, space, fantasy more.
Oh, you take more issue with like
Fantasy.
elves and
Light beings, right? Sprites, nymphs.
Oh, you don't like happiness.
Yeah.
So
Who was?
like
Yeah.
you don't like joy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was Puck in the Midsimers? He was. What was he?
He was like fairy, I believe.
Don't
Yeah,
like
something
that
that.
guy.
You don't like, you don't like.
Don't
I mean,
like
Puck was
that.
annoying, to be fair.
Yeah. He was annoying.
All fairies.
Yeah.
So you don't like Fern Gully?
I like that they had that na 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 song.
The Muck song. Yo,
Na 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 na.
Oh, they did have that song.
I
in
like
there.
that.
You're right.
I like that bad okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like the sadness. So you like what, like Star Wars or something? You
No.
like evil.
I watch Paid in Full a lot. Let's not.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't about
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm into.
Oh, okay. Huh.
The point is,
I'll judge you later.
tell us a little bit about this soul music.
So how
and the sex
detailed?
songs.
All detailed?
You
Yeah,
tell us
as
whatever
much
you
as
know.
you got.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is what my mom told me. So she's from Buffalo, New York, and
Okay.
that's like right by Canada.
Home of Rick James.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My mama actually used to make bootleg Rick James stuff and like sell it outside the concert.
Okay.
My mom was doing a lot of stuff she wasn't supposed to be doing. So, Buffalo's right by Canada.
Sure.
So she told me like a lot of these soul singers, when they would come to Buffalo, they would traffic in white women, specifically from Canada, to like sex work down.
Wow.
in New
See,
York.
now,
Yeah.
did Buffalo not have...
Buffalo's
I think we all know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Maybe it was cheaper.
Was it not? Is this dollars
They
to...
weren't hard up for white women in Buffalo.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is this like a
Yeah.
dollars to
Dollars to
loonies and
loonies?
toonies
Yeah.
situation?
I think it was just cheaper.
Because they would have been from Niagara, right? Is that where it is?
I
You
think
can-
there's
Niagara's
a
right
few
there.
stops. I mean,
Yeah, but
even
there's other-
Montreal is
Right.
pretty close
Stuff
to
up
the
there.
Canadian border.
So French Canadian women. I don't know why that
Mhm.
feels different.
It's a little.
Yeah.
I mean, Buffalo's kind of hood though. Like it's a
That's
lot of hood.
Griselda.
Yeah, it's a lot going on up
Yeah.
there. So maybe they didn't want the hood white women. Maybe they wanted the.
Ain't Benny the Butcher?
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on
Conway,
up there.
West Side Gun.
So she said specifically the Platters.
Whoa.
Yeah, like this Platters. It was a big thing, and I think they got caught. But it was also like drugs. It was just like a whole lot of stuff going on.
Right.
Okay. So,
Lot of drugs.
So she tells you this. Why?
I don't know. So like we were at my grandma's house and she had like a picture of the Platters, like an autograph.
Your grandma.
Your
did.
grandma had a
My
picture.
mom had it at my grandma's house.
Okay.
It's just on the wall.
So your mom liked the play.
Yeah, so that's
Oh,
what.
she said this
so-
as a positive.
No, she just said it. Like, there was,
You know why I like the Platters?
what you used to do. But my mom used to like model and stuff too. So I'm like, I don't think she was part of the sex trafficking stuff.
Yep.
Well,
But
no, because
I
she's from
think-
Buffalo.
Yeah, but I'm like, used to hang out just like out here. Like we be knowing stuff be going on. You may
Sure.
not be part of it, but you see what's happening.
Yeah. Is she like, oh, that girl?
Yeah,
She Canadian.
She was out here.
yeah.
She was out here. But it was like an autograph frame picture. And I was like, oh, that's
Wow.
cool. I was like, who is that? She was like, oh, that's the Platters. They used to be running bitches down from Canada. And I was like, oh, okay. What are we eating? Because
But-
I'm 12.
Yeah.
And I did
I'm not
not.
really worried about bitches
Yeah, I
running
don't
down
know.
from Canada.
Be honest with you, you really lost me at those are the Platters.
Yeah, what's the Platters' big
I
hit?
don't even. Can you look it up? Because
Oh,
I do
absolutely.
not. It's. I feel
I
like
actually think they have more hits than we realized because when I was looking them up yesterday, I immediately was like, oh shit, they made that? And then I, as quickly as I recalled that, forgot what their songs were.
I know if I
um,
hear it, I could Platters it out. But it's who made that joke? They were like everybody in like the 50s and 60s. They all had like the same kind of names with the S on the
Right.
end.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the Shy Lights?
I'm trying to remember who's joking.
Chicago.
Is that oh yeah,
Yeah.
Chicago Lights.
I think that's about it.
Like the Temptations, the Four Tops, all of them kind
Yeah.
of merge in my mind. They're
Yeah,
all like
let's-
Motown.
Let's look up their big hits, I
What
guess.
was the one?
They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Really?
Yep.
And they're from Buffalo too.
I don't know. I didn't ask no questions.
Oh, so it could have been like your mom hung out with them one time.
Yeah, like I probably should. And now she's passed away, so it's like, oh, too late to find.
Well, I think if you had
Find out.
you probably had other questions you want covered. I don't think you
Before the
focus
Platters
on
thing
this.
came up.
like it's the last
Yeah,
one. Like,
this don't feel
before
like-
you go.
Hey,
Mama, please, you have to tell
What
me.
about how much was they paying? Like, were they on the tour bus?
Yeah, you got other stuff.
But I don't know why it was just weird, specifically Canada. Like, I get the juxtaposition, like you were saying, like, why did
Yeah.
y'all just get local?
And I don't want to be rude to any of our listeners out there. Canada is not a place known.
For they bad bitches?
I'm saying.
Now I'm sorry to do this, but I actually disagree.
Really?
I think that while Canada is not known for their bad bitches, we are wrong about the number and quality up there because they have such a diverse, weird mix of international people. They be making some baddies.
You're talking about Toronto specifically.
Toronto specifically, but Montreal too. Montreal has some
What about them
bad
outskirts?
women.
What
Oh, I
about,
think
like,
it's-
I was
them-
going to say,
I gotta assume it's
I've been to
hell out
Alberta.
I gotta assume it's nothing but
What
dog-faced
about-
weirdos.
Dog face is so
Damn.
weird. For that
Saskatchewanian.
not to be a
Yeah.
cuss word, dog face is so hurtful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's people who like work oil rigs and they ain't even got that much
Yeah.
oil. It's like
Yeah.
bad.
It's people punished by the land.
Yeah, exactly.
The land
No.
takes it-
Facially?
Yeah, the
Oh,
land.
that's hurtful.
That's how you know you're from a harsh place. The land takes it out on your face.
Yeah. Little rock scratches
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Nah.
a couple dents.
Nah, I think in the
One
outskirts
thing
it's
shorter
tough.
than another thing.
Oh, wait, did you find the Platters song?
Yes. So some of their top 10 hits, The Great Pretender. We may have to play it in order
Yeah, I
to
don't know that
Let's
song.
just say, I don't know how y'all
The
copyright
Great
for it.
Pretender.
I like that you thought you knew that.
I was
It
pretending.
sounds Motown-y.
I was pretending.
Let's look it up. This is a fun game we get to play. The Great Pretender.
Pretending. Smile, no, I cry. I don't cry. Nobody's gonna help me.
Mm.
You ain't gonna help. Man,
What
you
was
just
the
let
rhyme?
me. You just let me just stay there.
Nah, I really thought you had it, man.
I ain't have shit. I'm the Great Pretender.
It's like Blue Moon. Oh, pretender.
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, my mom was old.
I don't know. I'm very young.
Yeah, my mom passed in her set. Like, she had me at like 39.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember she was talking about she had like a Frankie Lyman vinyl at her 5th grade dance. I'm like,
Wow,
that was
and
old
the
broad.
teenagers.
Yeah, yeesh, old lady. That's the number one.
That's their big hit. They also had Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. They had a number of big hits. Number one on Billboard Top 10 multiple times. I think they were talented. Only the Only You and You Alone.
Oh, is it the Only You? Is that one?
I believe
know any
so.
of these. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I
don't
Need
know.
I'm
You
also
All the
old.
Time. I don't know if
I
that
don't know
hits
that.
home for
Do you know any of these songs? You're
I
reading the
knew
titles.
The Great Pretender having heard it,
Okay.
but I would not have recalled that.
If somebody
Right.
was like, "Hey, sing it,"
Yeah, sing it. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, my man already sang pretty good.
I
Let
am
him
good
sing."
stuff. I'm building myself back
He
up.
don't really like rhyme, but he hits the note.
It's upon there.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the Platters' music, I guess, to be able to be an expert on their behaviors. It is worth noting, for your edification and maybe yours, it was 4 men and a lady in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Their setup feels a little odd of this one girl with 4 men.
Right. You would rather it be
acapella.
1 man, 4 girls.
That's my
Have they ever
preference.
done
yeah.
that?
1
I
man,
don't
4
know.
girls.
I don't think about. I
Ike
never.
Turner? No, because he had a whole band.
I think the whatever the fuck Dreamgirls, the Eddie Murphy's
Oh
character.
yeah, but was he in it all the way?
No, but for a minute it was just him and 4 backup
Jimmy
singers.
Thunder Early.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But he's
I don't think they did
pretending.
that.
So what the fuck do we know?
I don't know, man.
I don't think they do that very often.
What was the lady's name though? Was that Zola Taylor or was that somebody? Because Zola Taylor was the one that was smashing Frankie Lyman,
Whoa.
and he was a child. What group was she in? I want to
I
say
mean,
it
it was a
Platters.
man's world at the time.
He was like 13. All of them should have went to jail.
Yeah, his group was called the Teenagers.
They didn't give a damn.
Man, shout out to Lorenz Tate. That's a
Great
good-ass
movie.
movie.
Wonderful actor.
Come on.
She is not listed.
That's crazy.
It's Freddie Mercury. I didn't know that was his name. Mike Moran, Alan Jones, and Harold Fisher are the personnel. Oh, maybe when they say personnel, they mean like the backup. The accompaniment. Who are y'all, man? Oh, okay, here we go. From left to right, we got her name was Zola Taylor. You're right. There
Okay.
you
She
go.
was smashing that little boy.
Oh, she was smashing Frankie Lyman.
Yeah, she was one of the ones. She was the one that Halle Berry played.
Okay.
And then he like didn't pay for her house.
Yeah.
She gave him the stuff and he didn't pay, but he was like 14. You gave like a child. It was like blank check almost.
Yeah.
You gave a child a check to pay for the house and then he didn't.
Another movie where he also got a girlfriend weirdly. Or
Which
kinda.
was wild. But she was trying to use him to
But she said
break
she
down.
would date him in 4 years.
She
I
was
watched
sick.
Blank Check recently.
really?
Mm,
Yeah, it was embarrassing because
that is embarrassing.
no, I've seen it before. But then I was telling my girl, I was like, she's like, we all have gaps she had never seen. I was like,
never saw Blank Check.
Never saw Blank Check.
Whoa.
And I was like, how do you know all the words to everything? All the Aladdin songs inside now.
I mean, that's
whatever.
Heat, though.
The point is, she never saw Blank Check, and we were watching it. And she was kind of like, I could see how you thought this was cool as a kid.
Yeah, because he's like buying all this stuff. First of all, that $1 million would have been ran out. He spent way more than $1 million just off the house.
But that's what his girlfriend tells him. She's like, $1 million is not a lot these days.
She wasn't his girlfriend. She was just a cop.
I don't know. That was his
girlfriend. That was not his girlfriend.
She was open to it.
There was a weird sexual chemistry.
That's what I'm saying about the movie. It's crazy.
It honestly was, when I was a child, and I'm not proud of this, it was the more appealing part of it. Was I was like, oh, he got a baddie off this.
I've been saying this for a long time. There was stuff in the 90s that made little boys think that they could hook up with adult women.
Yep.
There was a lot of that going on.
If you were a charismatic enough kid.
Yeah, that's because they sold us the streetwise. Yeah. The streetwise young kid. And then this girl's like, oh, he's kind of cute, though. Yeah. You really thought you could make those moves.
And it made so many weird men now.
Bro, that's
so
why
many incels.
There was a couple years 100%. I was like, if I could meet Mariah Carey, I could get it.
Just laugh her out of drawers.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Don't you like a charm?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
got these pogs.
You hear this from your mom.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were young at the moment.
Oh, sorry, my allergies.
Well, it might be all them hot Cheetos you keep eating. I don't know that those help with allergic reactions. I'm gonna be honest with you. Flaming hot is not a
they're not even these
antihistamine. You know what I mean? I think it's
maybe it's
gonna flare you up a little bit.
Maybe you're right. I think that makes logical sense because I was chilling. I'm like, you know, warm.
Yeah, that's that powdered red running through your veins.
Old. That's what this is. I'm 36. I'm too old for flaming.
You do feel it when that red hits.
It's hidden. That extra dye in the back of my throat.
Yeah. When was the last time you had some red?
Just yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treated myself.
Yeah.
Just some red?
Yep. Just some,
raw
dog, some red.
Yeah. It's the Takis that's too strong for me now.
Takis are wild.
They're so salt. They're too salty.
It's too much. It's like an explosion.
Takis trying to prove a point, and it's like, bro, whatever you're proving, I don't need it.
Yeah, it didn't have to be blue.
Nah, you didn't have to.
And that just looks nasty. It's not the 90s. We used to rock with blue in the 90s.
No.
Some of us never stopped.
Pouring up a bowl of blue?
Oh, my
Pour up
God.
a tall bowl of blue. Your mom tells you this. You believe it? You take this
oh, yeah, absolutely.
And you carry this forward. And how do you approach music? Obviously, you weren't listening to the Platters. But
I used to, so my parents are old. So I didn't start listening to rap and stuff till I was in middle school.
Wow.
So I used to listen to all Motown, all Earth, Wind and Fire, all that kind of stuff. And then all it did was just make me know oh, everybody's freaky. Which I already knew everybody was. This is going to be a lot of information. I talk about it on stage, so it's fine. My parents were also swingers.
Oh.
So I already knew.
That's big in Buffalo.
Yeah.
If Rick James is any indication.
That's true.
So I had found some tapes of them doing this whole thing. So I already knew.
No, let's not skip over that.
You really glossed over what is probably a core memory.
Yeah, let's not just go ahead and throw that one away. You brought up vital information. You might as well share some of the details of it. You found a tape of?
I found a tape. I found several tapes. Okay, so
whoa,
my parents. I don't even know how to start this story. So my parents got divorced when I was 7.
Okay,
I was raised by my dad, and so my dad had a old TV. You know, where with the VCR on the TV.
Of course, yeah.
And when you turn it on, it would automatically play whatever tapes in there.
I remember the technology.
And so, RIP, both my parents are dead. So, I don't know. I feel better talking about it now that they're gone. So, I used to go in my dad's room to watch, Fox and stuff, regular TV, because we had cable. And it's too much to unhook the box and all that. So, I just go in his room to watch whatever was on. And so, I distinctly remember going to watch Power Rangers. And I went to turn the TV on, and the tape just automatically started playing.
Oh.
And I was and I had, at that point, I had already seen some porn. Like I knew what it was. Like I didn't know what it was, but I had just seen it.
Sure, but you hadn't seen your daddy's porn.
Yeah. And so I was like,
you didn't know people made porn.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. I just thought it was like, oh, this is on TV. You know, we just be seeing stuff as kids.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is porn. I'm going to turn it off. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, no.
I know them.
I know those people. I know those people in the front.
No.
Mind
Whoa,
you,
this
it's
is
an
orgy.
God damn.
It's an orgy. So I'm like, my mom's sucking my dad's dick, and they're divorced. They're divorced. And so I'm like, why are you watching this right now? This is a lot going on. So yeah, I didn't even get to watch Power Rangers. I just left.
He was like, God has been coming in between me and my lady for some time. We got to get a divorce so we could let the devil in here. I like that.
Make this happen.
He's like, no, I'm gonna keep kicking it with you. But we can't do it. We can't do it under these false pretenses.
Can't be together.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, it was very a lot.
Whoa.
That's not the only thing that I had found. Even like as an adult, so I'm gonna just fast forward it. My dad and his wife later in life, they were doing like porn. And they had posted
I don't think
it.
You stopped doing that.
No, he's saying he's saying in the game.
That door opens. You don't.
They made a website and posted it on Facebook.
Okay.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
They posted. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to put it all together.
No, she's giving us a lot of process.
A lot of ones.
They posted their own porno site
on Facebook.
And when they posted it, were they friends with you? Facebook friends?
Yes, and they were people from my grandma's church. So I found out because my friend called me. She was like, "Hey, get on Facebook." And I was like, "We talking about?" So I go in there. My brother's already on the computer because one of his friends had called.
Fuck.
Yo, it was a lot. Mind you, my daddy was 60 at this point.
Wow.
So yeah, having all that background, hearing my mom say the thing about the Platters, it's just like, oh, this is just another.
Yo, guys, they were freaky.
Your mom had a true inside track on what the misbehavior.
So that's why I'm like, I believe you because I saw you, sucking dick.
Wow.
So I don't think you would just make this up.
This is really fascinating.
A lot going on.
We've never had. I don't think a person have this level of firsthand information.
No,
unfortunately,
never.
I have too much
never.
A lot of times there's somebody speculating in the way that we all speculate based off of internet evidence, which may or may not be legitimate at all. Yeah. But you're saying your mother had firsthand experience watching the Platters bring Canadian women down. Traffic them, fuck them, and then I probably send them back on their
Canada.
way.
Damn.
And then I think on their Wikipedia page, because I did end up looking a couple years ago, I think somebody got arrested for something.
So maybe this is a good time to take a break.
Okay. No, yeah, because he'll unpack it.
I love you, R.I.P.
We miss you every day, the Platters.
Only you.
We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll unpack some of that arrest that you're speaking of. So more. We'll come back in a second. More Roxy Haze. More My Mama Told Me.
That's right. I fucked your woman.
And you know who else fucked your woman? Most likely the Platters.
That's a great segue.
Yeah. I thought it was okay.
It's true. The Platters blew your woman's back out.
Yeah. She said she was going to Niagara Falls for a vacation. She stopped in Buffalo.
Listen.
Got some of them original wings.
Listen. She put on a slicker, but it wasn't for what you think it was.
Yeah. She was definitely the maid of the mist.
If you know what the Platters mean.
Yeah.
Why did they just have these puns ready?
I've been on the maid of the mist. It's fun.
It seems awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I haven't had the pleasure, but
I played
it really
the helium
awesome.
up there, and I went over and did the maid of the mist.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. You talked about the arrest.
Mm-hmm.
There is a famous arrest of the Platters. Mm-hmm. Specifically, and you kept framing it as one of them, but it's actually the 4 male members.
They all got
Zolo's cool though.
She was like, "Hey,
Zola
baby."
was fine. All right. She was too busy fucking Frankie Lyman.
Ooh,
I like to think he wrote that song right after she fucked him. Like he just came out. He was like, "Why do birds sing so gay?" Like that's the man who got pussy for the first time.
He was like, "This is crazy.
There's a song in my heart."
Tell me why.
Man, he had a good day that day.
Yeah.
Got some pussy, wrote a hit record. He was doing great.
I think the day you lose your virginity, you should have to write a song, male and women.
I think more people should have to have sex in one room and then get in the booth right after.
Immediately.
Right after.
I want to feel the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes you listen to songs and you're like, damn, that sounds like they just got done fucking. And that's a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much every Teddy Pendergrass song is.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right,
Teddy. Goddamn.
Mid-coitus.
Yeah, forgive me for being crass. Sometimes he's singing like he's got his dick in his hand. That's how it sounds.
If he did,
that's how it is. He sounds like he turned the light off with it.
Like he had a naked lady as his engineer giving her instructions.
Yeah. He's telling her what he's about to do. And I like
Turn
that
off
music.
the lights. Yeah.
Light a candle.
I think it was nasty. But
You know what didn't sound like that? Sorry.
No, please.
I was singing about this the other day. I love the music. Boys to Men didn't sound like they were fucking.
No, they were always whining.
Even I'll Make Love to You, it didn't feel.
Anybody smashing that?
Feel like it, right?
It's
like Rex and Effects was fucking. Jodeci was They felt like they're kind of like they felt like they were finger popping.
It's too harmonious. There's not enough of like the raw sort of like
too
loose
sweet
feeling.
Yeah. And even just like, and I'll hold you tight. You're like,
I don't want to be smashed to that.
Yeah, it's not smashing music. It's not smash. You know, you got to smash to is Motown Philly.
And if you have smashed the Motown Philly, go ahead and send us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
That's in my smash playlist.
Back in school, I used to dream about it every day.
I'm gonna be smashing a Motown Philly at some point.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
The summer of 1959, the 4 male members of the Platters were arrested in Cincinnati and were accused of having sexual relations with 4 female minors, among them 3 white girls. The men were later acquitted, but public reaction caused some radio stations to pull their single "Where" off the radio. And they never really recovered locally from that issue. In fact, so much so that I believe they flee the country.
What?
Where did they go?
They at some point, I believe.
Canada.
I'm like, yo, if they went to Canada.
They went home.
They went where the pussy is the best. I think they went to Europe or some shit, basically like trying to get away from some of, like they basically, it was less about them being like pariahs here and more just that they had hit a wall where like their success started to fall down and they were like, fuck it, we're going to go over here where we have a little bit more, a better chance.
Makes sense.
At,
that's
fame and stardom and shit.
But then now the trafficking thing sounds plausible.
It does change things. When I first read this, and I'm curious to hear both of your thoughts. When I first read this, my feeling was, well, this is another example, 1959, of a black person, a group of black men being accused of falsely raping someone, when in fact they didn't. Now, my issue, or where this becomes complicated, is they're minors.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, even if this was consensual, you still fucking around with kids.
Yeah.
Well, and like, because that was the game in music. I just listened to a podcast about groupies, weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about how like Led Zeppelin, like that whole Sunset Strip, a lot of that, like the Hyatt House or whatever, they would like get these girls, but then they would like, while they were on tour, they would just have the girls live at the hotel and they'd go and come back because they didn't want to traffic minors.
Wow.
So I think it's like a common thing in the music industry. Like they'd go play, like when they were on the American leg of their tour, every night they'd come back to the girls, but they couldn't fly the girls out because they were minors.
Whoa. Just truly protecting themselves through the technicality.
Yeah.
God damn.
And a lot of times they would have like, their managers and all of them, find the girls, bring the girls, go to high schools and stuff like that. So
they had a groupie magazine.
Damn.
They had a groupie magazine in 73. Yeah, the podcast was crazy. It was a wild scene. Yeah, but these girls were, they were just kids.
Yeah.
12, 13 is like super young.
And I think about how much of the people who buy music generally are children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every year I become further and further from whatever is like the most popular song in the country because I truly am not tapped into whatever fucking 14-year-olds are listening to. But like, when what's his name? With the nigga with the rainbow hair that kept yelling about Tekashi, when he was at his height, he was really at a height.
Yeah.
And I had never heard a single Tekashi song. Yeah.
Yeah, Gummo did go crazy.
Yeah. But truly it wasn't even me being like, oh, I hate this dude. I didn't know he existed.
Right.
Because he was the biggest artist on the planet for children.
Yeah.
Also, children are more prone to idol worship where when you get older, you look at it. That shit, and you're like, oh, that's kind of dumb. You know what I mean? Like, look at how you feel about like rappers and shit like that.
Of course.
When you're 30, when you're almost 40, which we're not, we're 28.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. There were so many people that I admired that I was like, oh, these are like the most awesome dudes. I thought D12 was so cool.
Purple pills.
That song's not about you. It's not about you.
It's like, these are losers, man.
They make drugs sound shitty.
Yeah.
Take a couple uppers. I pop a couple down. Using their jamming.
I was like, man, these guys really got it. They're rapping, but they're funny.
Yeah.
How did they think of this?
There's 12 of them.
But only
I
6.
There's 6, but they all had double personality.
Yeah, so D12. Right? Yeah, exactly.
But that's how those like perverted, famous people get it. You know what I mean? It's like these kids do worship them and look up to them and just like think they're great. So they're very just susceptible to getting taken and taken advantage of and stuff like that. Is wild.
Now the question, I guess, when you hear this and the white girls specifically, do you presume that these are Canadian people?
I kind of now.
You think this is a full
how
trafficking?
far is Cincinnati from Canada? I'm not good at
Cincinnati's
geography.
down by Kentucky.
Yeah,
I know that
Cincinnati's
because I'll be at Dayton, Kentucky, March 14th. It's like further south, but Ohio connects. It's northeast.
Yeah, it's not impossible. We're above the Mason-Dixon, so
Canadians they'd like to travel.
Seems
like a place where you have to travel further to get to big cities.
To get to do stuff.
You know what I mean?
I think
they come down from Saskatchewan. That was my best Canadian.
I thought you did great. Funny. Yeah.
Oh, you got the shoes there, bud.
Isn't it like Minnesota?
It's like how they talk.
Bobby's mom from Bobby's World.
Oh, don't you know?
Yeah. I think it just depends on how you end the sentence. Yeah.
I like it when they say it's a beauty.
It's a beauty.
They say, oh, he's a beauty.
Oh, he's a beauty.
Hey, what do you do? They like it when you go there and make fun of it.
They do, but they don't have a lot.
No, they're just happy you're here.
Like, thanks. Thanks for knowing we exist.
We got some Canadians in the building.
I always find that when I go to like Canada, I'm like, I make fun of them and they laugh hard.
They're really funny though. I've always thought that Seth Rogen, Dan Aykroyd, what's his name? Not Chris
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Yeah. I've always thought that Canadians are very funny. And you got to think that's per capita.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're pound per pound, Canadians are pretty hilarious.
They're very funny, but I think the very premise that despite all the changes, all the successes we've found in technology and resources, they still have to leave their country to truly ascend.
Yeah.
To have sex with the Platters.
It takes
spinners.
too much. The Platters. Let's not accuse the spinners.
We bring the spinners in the foretop.
Those are good guys. Those are good guys.
Now, so your mom believed this about the Platters.
Mm-hmm.
Did she then expand? Was she like, oh, these other groups are doing that too? Or were the Platters
No, she would just tell me
TikToks?
random stuff about random stuff.
Mhm,
I was going to
mhm.
say,
It was never like a long story.
why she ever talk about fucking any other singers that came into Buffalo?
No,
Like,
she
you know
told
what
me
I'm saying?
about. So I know she used to date some NFL player, but I don't remember who. And then she did tell me about the Rick James thing, and he charged her up outside of a show because so she was making shirts. So I think she was like drawing
Right.
him on the shirts. And so she was selling the shirts outside, and I think she was cool with somebody that was friends with Rick James. And then he saw the shirt, and he was like, "Those shirts are ugly,"
Whoa.
and like just walked away.
Damn.
Fuck.
That,
So yeah,
he was on that. He was on that shit.
Look at this
though.
shit out of my face.
Yeah, he
Shit out
was
my
having
face.
big feelings.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Rick was going through it.
But yeah, I've just heard different stuff about, because my dad was also a actor and a college professor. It's a lot. So I've just heard a lot of random stuff about random celebrities doing random things. Like Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Sure.
Is
Yeah.
my dad said he was
Dynamite?
yeah, he said he was like just super rude. And I've heard that from a lot of people.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That he was very
Yeah.
rude. Like he came to a play my dad was doing and was like, it was all right. Like came backstage to tell him like, it wasn't shit. He would tell me about like the
Jimmy, I would say, holds the record for keeping the mic furthest from his face when performing.
Not no more.
Aw. Did he pass away?
Jimmy's
he's
still
alive?
I believe. He
I thought
dated.
that
You say it like you're
He
familiar.
dated Ann Coulter.
You
For
did
a
Ann
while.
Coulter?
Yeah, he's a real nasty motherfucker.
Ugh. Let me see. They don't be lying.
77 years old,
He's still kicking? All right.
still kicking it.
Yeah, my dad said he was very rude. He told me about like how the mafia used to come up to like charge people up that were doing plays and stuff. Like
Yeah,
you had to pay them or they would like blow your shit up.
Man, I would be so pissed. I'm just trying to get Macbeth off in my community theater.
Excuse me.
It ain't even about.
the mob
Nah.
comes in
Yeah.
like this.
Give us our bread.
I'm just trying to show the kids a raisin in the sun.
Fuck.
You want the money?
Yeah.
Wild business. They said Loretta Devine was nice. That made me
Oh, that's good.
because I would have cried. I don't know why.
I don't
she
want
looked
her
like
to.
she smelled
I don't
good.
want her to be mean.
Yeah.
I don't want her to be mean.
She's all of our mom.
And
Poor
aunt
auntie.
sometimes
Yeah,
in the
auntie.
movie. Grandma.
I hear this now, and a part of me is like, yeah, it's silly for me to have even questioned it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very sort of
Yeah,
like grounded in a real legitimate like thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only even part of it that makes me, I'm like, oh, that's crazy, is the Canadian part.
Yeah, like why were y'all going up? I feel like you could have got some, like you said, in city. Like why didn't
Yeah.
y'all just get it in city?
My guess is it may have been less of like this specific to Canada thing, but
Mhm.
because your mom was in Buffalo,
Mm.
that's where
Right
she
there.
was getting. They maybe have been like routing a tour, and they're
Oh, that makes
going
sense,
up
too.
and down and in
Right.
certain areas. And so what your mom is witnessing
Mm.
is every time they're back here, they keep getting these same Canadian women to come down.
Ah.
And I bet in Cincinnati,
They was just
It's-
like, "Are you right here?"
it was some bitches in Kentucky that they showed up with
Yeah.
because they were routed that way.
Right.
Like, I think, and all, this maybe expands the conversation a little bit, but I think all of it ultimately makes me feel like it's such a shame that the freaky stuff you're describing on them tapes
Mhm.
was not more accepted
Yeah,
in a public sense so that the Platters don't feel like they have to be trafficking
and
women
hiding and
in
doing
order
all
to
this
get
stuff and
whatever they're
pretty much
rocking.
ruin their career.
Yeah.
Y'all could have
Yeah.
just been being freaky.
Just be freaky.
I think people should be free to be freaky
Yeah.
and do what you're doing because it does ruin people's life. Like, just be nasty.
Also, though, the girls were underage.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that part.
That's not cool.
I was just
That's the
saying.
nasty
Let me be
part.
cool.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, that's,
That's
like
the
that's
part.
not cool.
It
Not
still wasn't
freaky
like
adult
they were just.
consensual.
It wasn't just like they were like, oh, I just want to be free.
I don't
Girls
like their choice.
Yeah.
We're going under when they were doing it with the adult women.
Right.
I just
Forgot about
wish.
the pedophilia. That was wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because that's not freaky. That's criminal.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But the freaky part.
You don't have to get Canadians.
and to me, I don't know that and maybe this is dangerous to say. A part of me wonders how much those four dudes were all pedophiles. Like, you found a super group of pedophiles where they can just sing and are all
a
like-minded.
super group of pedophiles.
You know what I mean?
I think
Like,
you might be the
Pedophiles?
first person who ever put those words together.
A super group of pedophiles. But also, I mean,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you spend enough time with people doing sort of like these secretive, vile things,
start being...
then you start to bend and bend and bend, and now suddenly you have a 14-year-old and you're justifying it in your head.
It's like, well, no, Carl did it, Smitty did it. We're all pedophiles.
Or she looks grown and
which is so wild.
Her parents said it's cool, like whatever it is.
And they used to do that too. Like the parents would sign off. They'd be like, oh yeah, go have sex with Elvis because I want to be famous. I mean, even the stuff with R. Kelly where they're like, yeah, send your child and R. Kelly will give you singing lessons. Like, no.
I think I think while it is vile, it is wrong. I am not advocating it at all. I understand how a train of thought is created for those individuals that go from having sex with grown women to suddenly having sex with children.
Yeah.
It's fucked
people
up.
People be nasty. Especially like they love being, if your thing is like you love being worshipped. You know, they be liking that these children are so excited to see them and they're big fans. And it's like, okay, a grown woman's going to be a fan, but it's not the same energy. These motherfuckers are nasty. Yeah. But I do agree. We're not saying pedophilia part. No. But we are saying, like, be consensual with your nasty.
Yeah, you can be nasty. It's okay to be nasty.
I think
lick it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Yeah, I think nasty does not have to be a bad word.
No,
we've been treating it like a bad word.
We should take the connotation off of it too.
Yeah,
because it's everybody. Everything's nasty. Everybody boo boos. They gotta wipe it. It's all nasty.
We're not supposed to be touching them holes mostly at all. They're supposed to be just purely functional in some ways, and we've denied
tongues
that.
being there and all this kind of stuff we be doing. We're not supposed to be doing that.
That's not what that's
But
for.
we're here and
Keep
we're doing
putting your tongues on it. I want to be.
No, I'm a big fan. I'm never changing my ways.
Love it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying
Quite
that
frankly.
it is, it isn't what God intended.
You're just supposed
We're
to.
animals. Lick it all.
We are
God,
animals.
if God didn't intend it, it wouldn't fit in there.
That's fair.
Sometimes it don't.
That's fair.
Okay.
Sometimes it don't.
Sometimes it don't.
And you gotta be like, we just got part ways.
Shake hands.
Thank you.
Didn't work out.
I appreciate your service.
I respect you. You respect me.
Tell your friends.
Already in the group chat.
Yeah. Maybe send somebody else over here.
That's crazy. Are you on the Platters?
Whoa!
This nigga in the Platters.
Whoa! I don't even like Canada.
I think we did it. I think this feels like we covered the bulk of it. I think we're all in agreement that certainly this type of freaky deaky behavior existed. Mm-hmm. And whether or not the Platters specifically were trafficking women exclusively from Canada, it does not seem out of the realm of possibility that y'all were doing some nasty shit and got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Roxy, you want to tell the people where they can find you? What cool shit you have going on? I think you're right there.
This is me.
Yeah, that's you.
They can find me everywhere at Roxxy Haze, ROXXYHAZE. I do stand-up, so I'm currently on a tour. It's called the Whatever Happens Happens Tour, and you can check out where I'm at roxyhaze.com. I also am a nerdcore rapper, so I have an album coming out in like a month or two.
Okay.
So yeah, check that out. It's called Never Knows Best. Also game, so check me out on Twitch. I do a lot of stuff, so just look at my stuff.
All right.
Here we go.
Yeah. Go Twitch, go listen, go see her live.
Yeah, come see me.
Follow the whole shit. What you got?
I do 2 to 3 things. I do them good, though. It's good, 2 to 3. Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram, patreon.com/David Borey. Go buy my special, Birth of a Nation with a G. It's very, very funny. And April 25th and 26th, you can see me at the Dallas Comedy Club in Dallas, Texas. I got a new set. It's pretty good. Better than the last one. I like it.
You're back, baby.
I never left, but I feel pretty good about it.
You can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms. You can see me live. April 10th, I will be in Salt Lake City at the Wise Guys, and then April 17th, I'll be in Las Vegas at the Wise Guys in Las Vegas. And you can send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories. You can tell us what other groups are super pedophiles. Send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Give us a call at 844-LIL-MOMS. We love hearing your voices. You've been sending so many drunk voicemails.
It's so funny that you're wasted.
It's hilarious. We don't ask that of you, but we appreciate it every single time. And like, subscribe, buy the merch, rate, review. Remember, love is love. Bye, bitch.
I begin to touch.